Yeah. Oh, I have to actually fight these dudes. Yeah, I don't know. Still trying to think. It just stood there or sat there and took it, dude. Oh, it is time for the big one. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I did not hold this down that long. What? Damn. It's R. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Oh my god. God damn it! Stop fucking fighting me! What the hell? Ugh. Nope. Not the planet I'm looking for. There we go. Scan. Okay, we got some life. One giant ocean. Oh, not ocean life. No. Why do you do this to me? All right, sorry. So I'm trying to think of what vehicles. So one ship I definitely do want, but I'm not going to get immediately, is the Pioneer. The Pioneer as perhaps a giant, as a base, as a mobile base could be fun. Hack Dragon. I'm sorry, Dragonfly. Tapeworm Scavenger. These things with their little faces do kind of frighten me, I gotta admit. I gotta be honest with you. Although I will say these... Territorial. Grand. Oh, all things that are floating. Well, all things that are floating, yes. Stimulants. Ooh, interesting. That is not a very aerodynamic move, I gotta admit. So sealant, non-lethal harvest. That's a face. Not a bad face. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so... Well, okay, for one thing, I mean, the Pioneer is definitely a get-it-in-game sort of ship. And I do want to do crafting and... I want to do crafting and... Oh, we also have flora. Oh no, dude. It's okay. I also want to do crafting though, so that is also a thing, I suppose. I do think that, well, one thing that the Odyssey needs, one thing that needs to change with the Odyssey before I can, that would, like, change things a lot for me is if it was a regular refinery where it didn't just refine quantum fuel. Honestly, the fact that it just refines quantum fuel is fine, I guess. That's probably the most useful thing as an exploration ship it could do, we'll admit. But no. Let me refine the stuff. Let me refine things on it. Just anything on it. Like, yeah. I don't understand why that would be a thing. It seems extremely strange. Also, I don't know which direction I'm going. Surface map. I am going towards... roughly towards the beach, anyway. Okay, so... yeah, but the Carrack... I'm not, like, a huge fan of the Carrack. It's not a bad ship, but it's just definitely not, like... it's not a bad ship, but, it just... when it first came out, it just struck me as, like, this is not a jack of all trades, it's a master of all trades. And, but now, the more competition comes out, I've mentioned this a bunch of times. The more it comes out, the more competition comes out, I'm like, you know what? No, this is like the middle road sort of option here, right? Which does make it, not a terrible choice. I almost want to freeze frame on that lightning just to see how high quality of a thing that was. But yeah, there's that. Again, it would probably be a thing of like I just buy something. A 600 Explorer could be good. I think they did say that it was getting a med bed, which also, yeah, would not be bad. Yeah. What else is there? I mean, obviously there's smaller ships. The Freelancer Dur. 400i isn't really an exploration ship, it's a touring ship. Corsair is a lot of ship for me. Now, so is the Carrack, so is anything larger, and AI crew is just not a thing. It's not going to be a thing, so it's kind of like, eh. So, yeah, that does become a question there of, like, I know that there is the Zeus. I think it technically has an exploration model. I'd have to look, actually. The thing is that I do like... I do like the spirit, and I don't know... I'd have to fly the Zeus before I exchanged it. Honestly, the Polaris, not a... The Polaris, in my mind, is the Hammerhead frigate from KOTOR. Not quite, right? It's a missile, it's a torpedo boat. It's also a corvette. I really like the sort of the thing that it's got going on, though. Honestly, it's really not bad. It's deceptively large, which is an interesting term. It feels like it's a lot smaller, honestly, because like it's like, yeah, it's just, there's not that much to it. Is water just not a ground resource here? That's interesting. Is it only sandy deserts? It is only sandy deserts. Interesting. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Oh, and also smaller ships. It's a risky one with smaller exploration ships. Oh, the Polaris. I'm sorry. Yes, it's a riskier one with smaller exploration ships because they at that point they really are very likely not to have enough range. And frankly, we'll see in terms of range, because that is a thing that is getting balanced, and like we just don't know yet, right? They also said that travel between Stanton, like the longest travel between Stanton is 12.5 minutes, which Stanton is a small system. So like 12.5 minutes, I mean, that's, for the long travel, that's not bad. But for such a such a small system, like, yeah, and I mean, there's a lot more that goes into that besides just respecting people's time. It's also like okay, well, how much, ew. Rand. I can hope that it's a different ecological feature. Actually, is... No, this one's closer. And also, that was Lone Hill, not this. Sorry. Oh, yeah. So the Polaris. In other things, but also the Polaris. Ooh, probably that one that is farther away. Might be a good one to check out. Yeah, the Polaris is definitely deceptively small. Like, it has, like, the crew quarters, it's got the mess hall, and it's got, like, the hallways that connect, you know, those two things to the, to the hangar and the, oh my god. The cockpit? The bridge. Which I guess is also sometimes called the cockpit. I'm also not sticking around here. Oh, wow. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, and then also the torpedo bay and the hangar, or the torpedo bay and the cargo deck. I love the cargo doors. That's one of my favorite things. That is genuinely one of my favorite things on that ship. And so it's not an exploration ship. It probably has the range to effectively act as one, but it probably does have the range to effectively act as one, but getting one would be a tough call. A nice thing also is that it's got a lot of space. It's got a lot of space. And yeah, it's also a microbial thing here as well. Okay. What was I gonna say? Malnourished? Ooh. Guess that's fair. It does have... So on an exploration ship, though... Well... There's a few things. There's a few things that you need to consider with an exploration ship. How much space? Okay, sorry. Durability. Long-term, long-ass term durability. So being able to repair the components, being able to repair the components, being able to swap out the components if necessary, being able to how much fuel do you carry, how much fuel could you carry, and like repairs as well. How much repair juice can you carry? The Polaris has the advantage of having a size 2 hangar, which means that you can just fucking carry a vulture. If so, and you can also, if you want to complement that with some combat fighters, you can also bring a bunch of Furies with you in the cargo deck. Now, granted, if you're going for an exploration thing, you're probably going to want something in that cargo deck, like such as, you know, food, ammo, water, what else? Fuel. Did I say fuel? Fuel. Probably not repair. Probably not repair juice, because that can just go in the... You can just do that with the vulture. And of course, you can also just have hand tools for any spot repairs, but the Vulture is going to be faster and more efficient doing that, right? And also, well, you could bring torpedoes. The Polaris is definitely not the best option for going into combat solo, but theoretically you could. To get especially getting into some combat to get some spare material to use to repair your ship. So Polaris is not a terrible option. And yeah, I haven't really come to a decision, right? One knock against the Polaris is that as a capital ship, you can't replace the components, but you also can't do that on ships with size 3 components, which knocks a lot of competition out. If that's a big deal, which I will see. Maybe it is a big deal, and maybe it's not. I don't know. Freelancer Max is a potential one, though. Or Freelancer Dur, excuse me. Would not be a terrible option. I think there are some other good options, though. Until next time, have a good day, a great day even. Chefskis.